Welcome back. Let's take you to the Eastern Cape now. The funeral service of the slain chiefess, that's Nogcinile Mtirara, is being held in her home in Mqhekezweni Great Place today. Nogcinile was shot dead last week, you might remember, by two unknown gunmen inside her home. She was in fact a very vocal critic of the situation in that area. In fact, spoke out against crime, saying women in particular are being targeted. Watching that development is our reporter Fundiswa Mhlekude, who joins us now live. And Fundiswa, of course, many people there still shocked that this even took place to begin with. How can you describe, or in what ways would you be able to describe how the funeral has progressed so far?
Thank you very much, Ayanda. Well, the situation is still sad and bad. Family members and community members keep coming in to pay their last respect to Mama Nogcinile. And earlier on, when the coffin was taken to the gravesite, we saw family members being unable to bear the sight of their grandmother or the community matriarch being taken to the grave. And there are many dignitaries who are here, one of them being a UDM leader and the deputy minister of the Defence Force, General Bantu Holomisa. The MEC of Kokta in the province is also here. The chief of Mvezo, Mr. Mandla, or rather Chief Mandla Zwelvelile Mandela, is also here. The Contralesa chairperson is also here. The clergy is here. Community members from all walks of life in the Bigi area are also here. And the residents are very concerned that the crime levels keep increasing in this area instead of dropping. And earlier on, we spoke to the UDM leader, Bantu Holomisa, saying that the best way to deal with crime here is to ensure that there is a satellite police station. You don't even have to build a station. You can always erect a tent nearby the Great Place, because it's said that criminals came into a great place to commit a crime, which Contralesa also describes it as an insult to the community, because we spoke to Contralesa chairperson Chief Muelo Nongonyana, who is also here inside the tent as the funeral service is underway here. But joining us right now is the MEC for Kokta in the Eastern Cape, Mr. Zolile Williams. Mr. Williams, thank you very much for your time. Let's start with the arrest. We heard that there are people who have been arrested. Can you clarify that?
Let me again, on behalf of the Premier and the provincial government and the people of the Eastern Cape, send our message, deepest message of condolences to the Mtirara family for the unwarranted loss of the life of Mam Nogcinile, unprovoked and actually utter disrespect of the criminals, which represent the lack of morals where a traditional great place could be attacked in that manner. And I think and believe that their intention was to silence the activism, because Mama Nogcinile was a staunch activist against crime. She was an educator, she was a community builder, and you can feel the somber moment in the tent, and we really pay our last and celebrate the life well lived.
The arrest?
Yes, the arrests have been made, and I think you are aware that those people were having a lot of rifles, and they were busy applying for bail as in yesterday, but they were not given that bail, so it's still a matter that the court are processing. So our commitment is such that yesterday the new sheriff in town has reported to Umtata, the new district commissioner of police, who is Major General Mogadishu. He was formerly leading NIU in the Western Cape in George. Now, he has been deployed here to focus on criminality and crime. And with those decisions that the minister has taken to speed up that process of deploying General Mogadishu, I think criminals must know that we are on their footsteps.
So what happened to the previous commissioner, district commissioner of this area, if you say there's a new one?
He has been redeployed somewhere else. And our interest is that we have a new sheriff who's leading NIU, and we have seen the impact of the NIU. For 2 weeks they arrived in Mthatha. They could attend to crime quickly, and they could arrest and ensure that those who are making the lives of the people of Mthatha and these areas unbearable are attended to with speed. So we are very pleased with that deployment.
Earlier on, MEC, we spoke to the chairperson of Contralesa, Mr. Mwelo Nonkonyana, who was saying that the killings of traditional leaders has been going on for a long time, and they've been pleading with the government, the provincial government, to assist them in terms of dealing with those killings. What is the plan that you have in terms of dealing with the killings of traditional leadership?
You know, crime fighting is a societal issue. Whilst the police are the extended arm of government to ensure that we deal with those that do crime, but the community must assist in the crime fighting element. Now, the issue and the challenge we're facing is that in areas like Biki, Mqhekezweni, and other areas, you find out that criminality has risen to greater proportions. It requires all of us to work on that. To me, it doesn't help to only secure the Great Place when crime is happening around the area. So we must attend to both the broader criminality and the safety and security of the traditional leaders. This is a matter that we are discussing and engaging at national level, and the minister is putting a spotlight into it to say we must come with safety plans in the next 3 months to say how do traditional leaders get secured. But if you look at this crime, it was linked to the activism of Nogcinile, because she was a staunch fighter, and now that there were actions that are pragmatic that were taken, then they targeted her. So you can see that in this instance, it was more targeted at a particular Great Place. But we have lost few traditional leaders due to criminality, and our intention is to ensure that their security is looked into in response to what the chairperson of Contralesa is raising.
Thank you very much. The MEC of Kokta in the Eastern Cape, Mr. Zolile Williams, they aim to tighten security around Great Places and to ensure that traditional leadership is protected. Earlier on, we spoke to the chief of Mvezo, Unkosi Uzwelivelile Mandla Mandela, who also echoed what the MEC has just said, that the focus shouldn't be only on Great Places, but the broader society as well, because these people that the Great Places, the people that surround, or rather the households and the communities that surround the Great Places should also be protected as well, because they live amongst the traditional leadership. Ayanda.
Fundiswa Mhlekude, thanks very much indeed for that reporting. Fundiswa live to us there from a community called Mqhekezweni. It's in the Eastern Cape as we continue watching the funeral service of Nogcinile Mtirara take place there.